Hey, hopefuls. So those kitchen counters, am I right? Yeah. So why does it say I need to go live and I am live? Anyway, we'll just see what happens. Why does everything end up on my kitchen counter? So we are in our 6 month rotation of the kitchen. This week we are working on those kitchen counters because goodness knows those flat zones, kitchen counter, tabletop, door by the entryway, top of the dresser, nightstand, kids' desks, all those flat surfaces are like magical drop zones, like magnets for clutter and crap. So it's not really the location so much as a flat surface and a decision that wasn't made, that needs to be made, that I'll make later. So let's really like think about it. Okay, is the space the problem? Is the counter the problem? Is the tabletop the problem? Is the entryway door the problem? Or is it I have 40 things in my hand, so I'm just going to drop this here and deal with it later, and then later doesn't come. So maybe the later doesn't come. Maybe things don't have a home. Maybe there's not a system in place. So if the kids come in with a whole bunch of homework or paperwork for you to fill out, especially with like school year's about to be back on us, and we all have those forms we have to fill out, or you bring home files from the office, or the mail comes in, is it a decision that needs to be made? And I just don't have the bandwidth in this second that I'm carrying a stack in with 40 other things to make that decision. Or is it we don't have a system for this? So everybody just piles their crap here. Like we don't have a system for the kids bringing these things home. Mom, you're supposed to sign these. Mom, you need to sign these. So these just go here. And we hope that some magical fairy tells us A, that it needs to get done, but B, that it's there and needs attention sooner rather than later. Because if it doesn't have a system, which means it probably doesn't have a timeline, which means those I'll get to it later, but later doesn't ping at you. Later isn't on the calendar. Later is a great idea, but it doesn't happen. So this is its home because it doesn't have a system and we don't really have a home, a better home for it, a complete 3S method in line for the stuff that's coming in and piling up. Now, when the groceries come in, they have homes, right? We talked about food spaces last week. So when the bags and bags and bags of groceries come in, 99% of the time, those things have homes, right? The cereal has a spot. The milk has a home. The freezer pizza has a home. But the things that come in, the paperwork, the mail, the things you got at the store, the things that need to go back places, do they have homes? Do your returns to go back to a store or a friend's house or another place at the house, do that has a home? Do you have a this goes somewhere else box in the entryway instead of just piled crap on the counter? Right? Do you have a file container or a paperwork sorter in your kitchen instead of just things landing on the table? So if things don't have homes, this becomes their home. And then too often that flat surface of the countertop or that flat surface of the table just translates a flat surface is home. So it doesn't even pertain to just the kitchen flat spaces. Because if the process is flat surface, drop things here that I'll deal with later, or it doesn't have a home or doesn't have a process, flat surface translates to everywhere. So now it's not just the countertops and the kitchen table that is the home for whatever. It's, oh, I carried these things in from the door. It's the entryway. Oh, I carried these things upstairs. It's the bathroom counter. Oh, I carried these things downstairs. It's the bedroom dresser. Because that flat surface is a whole bunch of decisions and systems that need to be set up, that need to happen, more so than it's the counter is the problem. It's the lack of decisions that's the problem. It's the I have way too many things happening right now to deal with this. Okay, And I get that. I do. There has been more times than I'd like to admit that I have 7 things happening at the same time. And that does not include all the tabs open in your brain. But if the system does not include, right, getting the things in the door is priority, making sure the kids are in the door are priority, making sure the backpacks on the hooks are priority. This stack of mail can wait. But if the wait period doesn't have a scheduled, systematic time in place to deal with it, that's the problem. Not the paperwork. I hate paperwork as much as you. Don't get it twisted. Not the paperwork, not the counter. It's the I'll deal with it later doesn't have a later. It's the I'll make a decision about this later. But when is later? Like give me a time, give me a date, every Sunday I go through my paper box. Right? Saturdays we meal prep or meal plan. Or Mondays we do cooking for the week. Give me the later. Because your groceries aren't coming in and sitting there because they have a system. They have a now priority that has a system and doesn't need a later. So all the things that come in or the things that get shifted around that just kind of hang out on the flat surfaces in the kitchen, countertop, and table are the worst. What's the system? Right now, the default mode is I'll deal with it later. But what's the design mode look like where I'll deal with it later because that's already on my calendar for Thursday at 2 or during bath time on Wednesday? And I know some of you are like, Melissa, I can't do bath time and manage that. I get it. I do more than you understand. But can you make it better? Like right after bath time, on your way, the kids are in bed, bath time's over. You're like, I'm going to take 5 freaking seconds to breathe. I'm going to sit down and watch a show. Cool. Can you get rid of 2 things off that pile? Can you make that space just a little less, I'll decide it later, and more like, I've made a decision. Hair toss. Made a decision. Step into the power of creating the house and home that you are designing. Right? Those design steps of I'm making a decision. So instead of things just stopping here and now, air quote, belonging here until I squish that pile somewhere else so the new slate has a pile. So now all those paperwork piles have been dumped in the office or in a box or shoved in a drawer. And now I have a new slate for the next pile that I'm not making decisions on. So instead of that being the system, it becomes a this belongs here until ... time. And don't be hesitant about schedule changing it. That's why we check in with places. It's why we have small space steps, because we want to make sure that in 6 months, we did the kitchen in January and we're in our 6-month rotation. So maybe I'm going to deal with the paperwork that lands on the pile and the stuff that just kind of got dumped on the counter. We had a system in place. That system didn't work. Welcome to the 6-month check-in where you're like, why is this system not working? Oh, because I put a box on the counter with a lid on it and no one's going to open the lid but me. So now you have a pile on top of the pile, right? So those are the problems. So maybe instead of things coming in and stopping here and being like, well, that didn't work, I guess I'm just messy, we do these check-ins. We do these call-outs. We do okay, that's not working, but why? Oh, it's because I expected my teenage son to open a container and put something in. Don't make me laugh, right? Like, it's not going to happen. Let's analyze the situation. Let's stop the default mode of crap landing on the countertop being normal. Mom, deal with it later. And then later doesn't come. And go, okay, this is a box. When this box is full, we have to handle it. Sundays after mealtime, we handle this box. Then we know this paperwork got signed and put in your folder. It better go back to school, right? This file happened, right? I took this file up to the office. I put it in the file box. Next month is office, so just stay tuned for some of those self-cleansing systems we'll talk about. But if you have the countertop feeling like the problem, is it the problem? Or is it because we don't have the systems? Because we don't have the schedules of the later? Because the ideal is there. I saw it on Pinterest. It said put a box here. Magic. No magical fairies are going to come along and go through that box for you. I'm sorry. I wish they would. I wish I could send you all a magical wand and none of us had to deal with paperwork ever again. But it's not the case. It's the decisions have to be made. And those decision-making times, as you're walking in the door with way too many things, need to be scheduled. Because you have the power to make the decision. You're going to do it. You're already managing the spaces. You're already managing it all anyway. So let's manage the moment. It takes Sundays are my deal with this paperwork pile. I hate it. It's fine. I'm going to put on a chick flick and just deal with it. Right? Mondays, we're going to make sure everything is done. Like these toys got back to where they go. Your briefcase got back where it goes. This, why is this even here? Got put back where it goes. It's set in the time. And then you don't have to worry about everything's on my countertop. My countertop's the problem. No, because you've already made the decision on when the choices and decisions and things are going to happen. You've already made that decision. You're going to look at your calendar and be like, shoot, cool. I don't have to deal with that now, but I'll deal with it tomorrow. No more are we in the mindset of later. Here's for now. Because you're already managing it. So let's manage it in an organized fashion. Let's apply the 3S method and be like, why is this not working? Because I'm trying to organize clutter. We're not doing that. We don't do that. We simplify the crap that doesn't serve us out. It's got to go. Goodbye, stress. Goodbye, clutter. Goodbye, things that don't serve us. Hello, organized system that serves our family. What works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. Don't think you have to fit in the same file box on my countertop. We are not the same. What works for you? Maybe you have people that open lids and put things away properly. I do not. So whether it's the countertop, the kitchen table, the entryway door, the dresser top, the kids' desks, whatever the flat surface that you're blaming, oh, that countertop's always a mess. No, it's the decisions we're not making. Schedule a decision. I'm going to challenge you. What decision are you going to decide tomorrow at 2? Or Thursday at 5? Today is Thursday. Whatever. Make some choice. This paperwork always piles up on the countertop. I'm annoyed because I have to move it from here to there, to there, to there, to there. What are you doing? What is the decision to have this consistently on your calendar to handle? If you need a paper box that you go through every Sunday, do it. Do it. If you need somebody to go, I don't want Auntie Melissa make me. Okay, let me know. I can be pretty sassy, snarky, and scheduled. I have no problems going ping, ding, and whatever. Send such and such a message. Make sure you put this in the group space. I have no problems doing that. We're covering kitchen and monthly group. I have no problem reminding the ladies we got to do those bulk pantries too. We got to do that back storage too. Because it's the space and process as a whole that we're making decisions on, and we're organizing, and we're staying consistent on doing it. So when we're back here in 6 months and you're looking at your countertops going, oh no, why? That's when we've been asking you why. Okay, so countertops, it's not the countertops problem. Let's make some hard decisions and get it done, get it set, get it scheduled, and stay hopeful. That's it. Until next time, stay hopeful, friends.